Alright, so I apologize in advance for the awkward start to this video, but it's been brought to my attention that ToonFest 2016 won't actually be starting on September 19th, and it's because to quote-unquote the maintenance issues that are beyond the TTR team's control. So this could probably mean that it won't be starting for quite a while. I'm not going to say anywhere over a week, but hopefully it won't be anywhere past the end of September, but we can still expect it happening soon. I apologize for the awkward start to this video. I just thought, because I was working on this video before this was announced, and I'm like, oh yeah, I want to get out a ToonFest video, and then boom, maintenance issues. I'm like, okay, yep, well, to have this video makes no sense now. Now, if along with the announcement that the ToonFest 2016 wouldn't be starting on September 19th, they also announced that the beginning of the Toon species election will actually be beginning on that day, which I actually find super surprising, because during this video I'm like, oh, the Toon species elections, they haven't happened yet, but I'm hoping the nominations, at least, for the Toon species elections should be starting on September 19th, so be on the lookout for that. But despite all of that, I hope you still enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching. Hello there, I'm Jeeperflip or Jeeperflip Entertainment, and before I begin, I want to say that this video is mainly for people who haven't been playing Toontown Rewritten that much and don't know a lot about ToonFest. So if you've been playing TTR since ToonFest 2015 at the earliest, this discussion will most likely not be helpful to you, since I'm just recapping the last ToonFest events and then theorizing what will most likely happen this year. Alright, I'll begin. Get ready. You ready? You sure? Okay, sorry. ToonFest consists of two annual celebrations to celebrate both Toontown Online's anniversary, June 2nd, and Toontown Online's closing day, September 19th. The celebration revolving around TTO's anniversary, being held by the staff at Toontown Rewritten, has occurred for 2 years, 2015 and 2016. This event has been held in a real-life convention center in Owensboro, Kentucky, as part of OMGCon. However, the location may change, since the team said at their final panel during OMGCon 2016 about how they may be relocating for next year's event. At the past two real-life ToonFest, the TTR team held panels, gave away free merchandise like trading cards and posters, and hosted events like tournaments and trivia. This event was also hosted by Disney during the years 2006 and 2007 to celebrate Toontown Online, though I'm not positive if it was for its anniversary. To hear more information about the real-life ToonFest that happened this year, watch the video linked here. Or not, that's fine. The other celebration for TTO's closing date... Yeah, it doesn't really sound like a great thing to celebrate about, huh? But believe me, it's definitely worth it, since it's in Toontown Rewritten itself, so that it's playable from anyone across the world if they couldn't attend the convention. Plus, it's nice to get a break from tasking and grinding cog suits to enjoy some new temporary content. Well, yeah, it only happens once a year, but it's worth it in my opinion. There's quite a bit of new activities, items, and features released each year this event occurs. In 2014, the in-game ToonFest marked the public release of Toontown Rewritten and included the opening of the event area, that mystery tunnel in Chippendale's Acorn Acres that was never released by Disney. The event also had picnic tables, game tables, which were also implemented into the Acorn Acres area after ToonFest 2014, and new clothing for those who played during Alpha, Beta, and the public release. And there were fireworks, but In 2015, the ToonFest event returned once again in the same area. It had the same stuff from the year before and also included new things to do and wonder about. One of them was the introduction of Ricky Marole, who was a rabbit with bent ear and tuft, except we never actually saw him in the game. Also, one other feature was confetti! Yeah! Confetti! Alright, I'll stop. Another one was that there were now trampolines and cannons from the original parties in TTO scattered across the ToonFest area. Last but not least was that there was a pond which gave you ToonFest tokens that were used to buy new accessories, which released 22 days after the event began. The ToonFest tokens were also used to buy the new color that was made for Toons called ToonFest Blue. Speaking of which, 2 months before the event began, the TTR team held a contest where players could send in drawn ideas to them, and the winner's idea was implemented. The winner of this contest was a player named Taylor, who suggested that there should be jelly bean bags hidden in the ToonFest area. Here was my uncreative entry in case you were interested. And now we're in present day, 2016. The annual in-game ToonFest is being held in just a few days, depending on when you're watching this video, and we can hope for quite a few things. One of which is that a new building called the Cog Crusher Chorus is released someday during the event's time span. The Cog Crusher Chorus was found in the files during ToonFest 2015, but it wasn't finished in time according to a post made by Joey. The files found included models for a flunky balloon, an ant with a frowny face on it, 4 different untextured rooms, the exterior to the course, and 4 other files that seem to have no relevance or purpose. Some textures that seemed both final and like placeholders were also discovered. Finally, sounds for elevator music and a balloon popping noise found in the game's files. Unrelated to the Cog Crusher course, a model for something called a duck tank was discovered separately as well and will definitely be implemented this year since it was hinted in the background of an Ask Toontown blog post. From what we can see in this photo, it seems like the back of the model except textured. Other features that we may see are the first new animations for Toontown Rewritten and, of course, nominations for the species election. Now before we get on to the species election, let's talk about Toontown Rewritten. In case you didn't know, Toontown Rewritten is a project where new fluid animations for almost everything in the game will be created. The TTR team also stated that they could be redoing the original animations as well. One of the animators for the team, Flippy Cheeser, has recently finished a new animation rig for Toons, so we could be expecting some new Toon animations to be released sometime during ToonFest 2016. Alright, now about the dreaded species election. During the Toontown Rewritten team's main panel during OMG! Con 2016, they announced that they would be implementing a new species in the game, based on players' nominations. Originally, these nominations were supposed to be held in August, and the candidates would be announced for ToonFest next month, but that doesn't seem to be the case. If the player nominations aren't being held during this ToonFest, and I don't believe we can expect a new species until quite a bit later on. Of course, these rough dates are most likely not final, but hopefully the TTR team can get everything situated during or after ToonFest. To end it all off, the last thing that we should hope for was also announced at OMGCon 2016, and is that ToonFest 2016 should hopefully expand over all of the different neighborhoods and streets, and should also include some new Toon tasks. Now, when I say new Toon tasks, I assume they mean both tasks for exclusive clothing and accessories, and, hopefully, ToonFest tokens, hence another post made by Joey himself. For what I mean by ToonFest expanding across Toontown Rewritten is that each neighborhood should have some decorations, activities, and confetti! That's pretty much all I know about ToonFest 2016 as of right now, and I hope that you can make it to see all the new features the Toontown Rewritten team has prepared for their players. I also hope that you enjoyed this recap of all of the in-game ToonFests, and I thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'm glad that you took your time to watch the video. Have an amazing day!